Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this late night video. Right here, once again. Here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel. YouTube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels, which are down there, dude. In my pants. As always, in the description box below. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you never ever, baby, ever miss an upload. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So, it is what it is. So that's it. So yeah, buddy. We're here, we're live on this late Tuesday night, March the 29th, 2022, right here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel. Hope you had a good day, a good Tuesday. It was cold as balls here again in the Northeast. And yeah, my day wasn't so good, but trying to get over it, and I got a humongous migraine. You know, been sick like basically all day. So it is what it is. I still made the money you wish you had, and that's all I gotta say about that. I clocked out a little early because I was sick. So I've been like really sleeping since like 4 o'clock. I didn't get up till like after 10, and then I wanted to eat something, and I had a sandwich. And then I was watching NXT, and pretty much, it is what it is. And that's that. All right, so we got the tribal queen in the chat. Lauren's in the chat. What's going on, Lauren? Yeah. So we got Lauren in the chat. So got that. All right, let's handle some business before we get to your NXT review. Now, if you've been following me on my main channel, my Killer Demons channel, I put up 2 community posts this evening. One was about this coming week, this WrestleMania week, that I'm going to try to get as many videos as I can within the time frame, but we'll have to see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it. I will be doing my Raw review tomorrow sometime, probably sometime early, so I can get that out of the way. And then just get ready for Dynamite on Wednesday night, because I got things to do. I'm like screwed up in the head. I might just end this video right now because I'm so fucked up right now. But I want to try to gut it out and get this review done, and then I'm gonna take an aspirin and try to go to bed. We're supposed to take the wrestling cat to the vet tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to get up in the morning. Because if I go to bed now, I have to get up at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, just to get to the place by 10. So I really don't want to go, but depends how I feel, how I get up in the morning. If I'm like tired and cranky, I'm not even gonna bother. So, but it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. But so we got that situation taken care of. So the other announcement that I like to make is that the TGC Reborn channel is no more. Oh, Peter, what happened? Why did you take down the Gilmore Chronicles channel? Why did you do that? You had like 271 subscribers. Why would you do that? You had 220, episodes. You've been had that channel since 2015. Listen here, shorty. I did not take down the TGC Reborn channel. If you notice, if you go to my TGC Reborn channel, it's still the TGC Reborn channel. I have to just change the link to it. but it's not known as TGC Reborn anymore. It is now known as the Shadow Realm, which is basically going to be the same thing as TGC Reborn, but it's going to be a little bit darker. It's going to be different. So, after WrestleMania, we're going to get a lot darker. We're going to get meaner. And we're going to show you, well, me and Lauren and Nick and Prince Idol and everybody else in the prophecy, we're going to show you why we will become the greatest freaking thing on this website since sliced bread. That's a guarantee. So check out the new look TGC Reborn channel. I have a new avatar, new name. I just have to change the Google link, well, the link to the channel and everything. But I'll be doing that probably in the next couple of days. But it's still TGC Reborn. If you just type in youtube.com/TGC Reborn, still there. But once I change the Google link and everything, once I change everything around to what it's supposed to be, the Shadow Realm, and I can get that link to the channel, then I'll put it in my in the description box. But as of right now, it's still TGC Reborn. It's just under a new name, new management. There you go. So that is what it is. If you like it, you like it. You don't, then fuck you. But that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, like I said, Lauren's in the chat. Where the hell is everybody else? I know it's 11:47 at night. Most people are going to bed because they gotta work tomorrow or do other things. Well, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I was going to go on earlier today, like around 5, 6 o'clock, but I fell asleep, so... And I wasn't in a good mood anyway, so... I didn't want to come on and bitch and moan like I did in, well, with we had a prophecy general meeting, and didn't go so well. Let's just put it that way. As we had some arguments about some things we wanted to do, stuff like that. Chairs were thrown, punches were thrown, shit like that. And there were some threats of taking wrenches away from, Lauren, Prince Idol, and Nick, and a few others. But we came to an agreement, and that's all I gotta say about that. I know it's it's before April Fool's, so I did a little prank on Lauren and Nick and Prince Idol, and they didn't like it, so I apologize. So it is what it is. I was just fucking around, so I know it wasn't a great prank, and I apologize. What's wrong with you, Peter? This is not like you. You're my friend since 2015. Nick crying like a baby. You're my friend. I stuck up for you for Dark Horse. Well, first of all, fuck Dark Horse. I could have done that by myself. And where is he now? In the Irrelevant Island. Fuck Dark Horse. And fuck everybody else. Fuck Dark Horse. Fuck Romy, that bald-headed jerk-off from Phoenix, Arizona. And everybody else. They know who they are. I don't have to name their names. They know who they are. They fear the prophecy, and they can't get rid of us. So that's all I'm going to say pretty much about that. Alright, chat room's open if you want to talk about NXT or anything you feel like talking about. I know it's WrestleMania week, so I want to talk about WrestleMania. Talk about Raw last night. We could talk a little bit about that. We could talk a little bit about AEW tomorrow night. We could talk about SmackDown, Rampage this coming Friday night with the WWE Hall of Fame, with The Undertaker getting inducted, Big Van Vader, the Steiners, who got announced yesterday, even though I broke that news like a month ago. Got to catch up with me there, WWE. And Queen Charmel, they're going to get all inducted right after SmackDown at 10:30 on Peacock. And also Friday night, we got Ring of Honor's return to pay-per-view Supercard of Honor, where these guys will be defending the tag team belts against FTR. That's the Briscoes brothers. Among all the great matches for Ring of Honor on Supercard of Honor, Gresham versus Bandito for the unified Ring of Honor title. We're gonna have Lee Moriarty and Jay Lethal. We got a match for the interim Ring of Honor Women's Championship. I don't know why they would have a interim Ring of Honor Women's Championship if you have a Ring of Honor Women's Champion in Deonna Purrazzo. Kind of makes no sense there, Tony Khan. But anyway, it's going to be for the interim, so I guess they're going to have two belts, like the TNT title. I don't know why they're doing this, but it's going to be Willow Nightingale taking on Mercedes Martinez. The winner gets the interim Ring of Honor Women's Championship and then faces Deonna Purrazzo at a later date, whatever that may be. Maybe at a house show or the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which will probably be sometime in the summer. But I would love for it to be at a New York City show, not at Terminal 5, obviously, at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City for maybe Manhattan Mayhem will come back. We didn't have one last year, obviously, because of the pandemic. We didn't have one in 2020. So this will be, I think, Manhattan Mayhem number 9 or number 10. So let's do it. Or, well, okay, well, I take that back. They could do something in New York at a house show. Or, the summer's coming up, Best in the World's coming up, so they might do that, and have Best in the World be in Baltimore. Or what I would do is put Best in the World and bring it back to New York, because we haven't had Best in the World since 2015. That was Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe for the unification match for the world title and the TV title, which we all know Jay Lethal won, and then Jay Lethal went a whole goddamn year undefeated and never lost the belts until he lost to Rowdy with the TV title. Then he lost to Adam Cole, baby, like almost a year later. So, around the same time, but it is what it is. So yeah, we got that. So Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Martinez for the interim Ring of Honor World Women's Championship. The winner faces Deonna Purrazzo at a later date, which will probably be either a house show or the next pay-per-view, which will probably be Best in the World, which will probably be in June or July. Because I don't think they're going to do Global Wars this year, because the G1 is going to start in mid-June or July. I think it's July this year, so that's G1 Climax 30. We'll see what happens with that. And once again, big congratulations to Zack Sabre Jr., a two-time New Japan Cup winner. Now he gets to choose what title he wants. That's what happens with the New Japan Cup. It's basically like the Money in the Bank briefcase. Well, not really the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's just, it's kind of like a contract. It's like, oh, I got this trophy. I can pick whatever title I want. So he wanted, the first time he won it, he went to face, I think he faced Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and lost. So Okada has the belt this year, so it's only a matter of time. It's going to be another rematch between Okada and Zack Sabre Jr. Not that Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I'd rather him go after maybe the United States title, which sadly Sonata has, but he's injured. So unless Sonata gives up the title due to injury, then they have like a some tournament. I don't know what's going to happen with that. They could do something like that, or he can go after the what other belt? The never openweight title. I don't think he wants that though, but we no other titles to go for. He already had the heavyweight tag team belts with Taichi and the ever so hot Abe Mio, my fifth wife, of course. I forget who has the junior heavyweight tag championships. I think it's El Desperado and his partner. I think they still have it, or they changed. I forget. I thought it was Go and Show but they broke up. So I don't follow the tag team division. Sorry, but I know Sonata had the United States title. Then he got injured by Will Ospreay. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that title. The never openweight title, I think Goto has now, or somebody has that. And then the 6-man tag team belts, I really don't know about that. But so we'll move on with all that. And then the only other thing besides the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which is Okada's belt still. I don't know why he still has that goddamn belt, but it is what it is. The only thing in New Japan land is Jay White's Bullet Club just growing by the minute. You know, they kicked out the Guerrillas of Destiny, and I think they got rid of Jado, not Gato, Jado. So, and then near the end of the New Japan Cup, the Guerrillas of Destiny kind of teamed up with somebody they never thought they would team up with, and that is Hiroshi Tanahashi. So I don't know what's going to happen with them. I think, well, we all know Guerrillas of Destiny going to go after Jay White and the Japanese Bullet Club, but we'll see what happens with that. It's just, you know, it is what it is. And on the American side, Jay White leads the American Bullet Club with Chris Bay and the Good Brothers. And the Good Brothers are going to be taking on the Briscoes at the Multiverse of Matches for the Impact show on Friday night. I mean, the Briscoes have 4 matches in 2 nights. That is just insane. Just really insane. They have a match at WrestleCon, then they have another match, I think, that Thursday. Then Friday, they got FTR for Supercard of Honor. Then they got to go right out of the arena to wherever the Impact is going to have that match. And they're going to be taking on the Good Brothers. Obviously not for any titles, obviously, because the Good Brothers don't, I don't even think the Good Brothers have the Impact tag team belts anymore. I don't think they do or they don't, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens with all that this weekend. Now, don't forget, for you indie fans like this guy, GCW's got a couple shows this weekend. I think Planet Death's this weekend. I mean, already H2O had a Ultra-Violent Kingdom last week in Jersey, which my good buddy Mikey Mittens went and got hit in the head with like a slap thing. I don't know. He got hit with something and he got like busted open like around here. And he had Mickey Knuckles in his lap. Can't beat that. Mickey Knuckles, the grandmother of deathmatch wrestling. So, on your lap. I mean, not the greatest person to have on your lap. I mean, if it was me, I'd rather have, you know, my Asians on my lap, you know what I mean? While I drink some Pepsi and make it go, oh shit, you know? But I digress. But yeah, it should be a great weekend of action for wrestling. TNA, Impact's got a show. SmackDown, the Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor, WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. And then you got NXT Stand and Deliver this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Not 12, it's 1 o'clock. And then you get the end of spring training this weekend. And then next Thursday is the actual opening day for the New York Mets and that other team that plays in New York. Oh, yeah, that's right. The New York Skankies. Foxy Yankees, Baba! So we got that, so we'll see what happens with all that. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, but anyway, we had at most 3 people in the chat. Now we have 2. That's cool. But like I said, chat room's open. Just come on in and chat. If not, then get the fuck out and go to bed. And that's pretty much it. And it's about to hit midnight. So as we about to hit midnight, so happy. Well, now it's about to be Wednesday morning here in the Northeast. So on this, well, soon to be Wednesday morning, it's now still March the 29th, 2022, or if you're from somewhere else, it's about to be, or actually, it is right now, Wednesday morning, March the 30th, 2022. We're just about to hit the end of March. And then, beginning of April with that stupid holiday called April Fool's Day on Friday. Not that anybody gives two shits, because I know all the trolls are gonna do their pranks and all that shit. Nobody's gonna give two shits. It's gonna be another fucking day, you know, that I personally don't care about, because I won't be home anyway, so that's all I gotta say about that. But anyway, on this late night, it is time for your late night NXT review for March the 29th, 2022, from Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. Alright, so tonight, NXT, the go-home show before this Saturday's NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver 2 event. It's the second year in a row. This time it's not 2 nights, it is a 1-night show. Thank the Lord for that. So that's gonna be in Dallas, Texas, unlike last year when it was in the Performance Center. Performance / CWC. Blah 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 blah. So we got all that. So it should be good. The fans are coming back. They're gonna be in Dallas. It's gonna be a raucous night, or raucous day, I should say. So them Cowboys gonna be scared. You know what I mean? So yeah, but NXT is not gonna be at AT&T Stadium. I think it's gonna be at the American Airlines Center or another arena in Dallas. I would think it'd be where SmackDown and Raw are gonna be emanating this Friday, and then NXT Saturday, and then Monday Night Raw this Monday night from the American Airlines Center, the ever popular and ever highly rated Raw after WrestleMania. And speaking of ratings, Raw last night on Monday night did a 1.98. Just a smidge under 2 million, but the last 2 hours hit the 2 million mark. So even though Brock and Roman were on the show, they couldn't even break 2 million, which is kind of sad. And they had Vincent Kennedy McMahon on the show, even though it was on a segment. But they still can't break 2 fucking million. It is what it is. But the last 2 hours were over 2 million, so rounded up just under 2 million. So, but Raw, you know, the ratings for Raw have been picking up as of late. They have had pretty shows, not great shows. I mean, last night was kind of but it is what it is. That's what that's what most go-home shows are. They're So, but I assume this Monday night, you know, on Monday Night Raw from Dallas, the Raw after WrestleMania, we're gonna have some surprises, maybe some returns, some debuts. Is Cody gonna be there on Saturday? Who knows? To face Cody Rhodes, there's a possibility he may not. You know, Vince did say that Seth Rollins is going to have his main event against who? Well, it's a person of Vince's choosing. Now, Vince being the troll that he is, we all think it's going to be Cody. But then again, it could be anybody else. It could be John Cena. There's a rumor about being John Cena. It could be Shane McMahon. There's a story that Shane McMahon's being brought back for WrestleMania. Why, I don't know. So yeah, so Seth might face off against, you know, either John Cena. He could face off against Shane McMahon. He could face Veer, for all we know. Knowing Vince McMahon's wacky senile 76-year-old mind. He won't bring Cody Rhodes in. We all know it's going to be Cody Rhodes. So if Cody Rhodes does come out and face Seth Rollins, I mean, it's not going to be a big pop and a big surprise. I'm like, there's Cody Rhodes. Whoop de goddamn do. I mean, but if it's like somebody like, oh, Cena, I'm like, oh, what's this, is that? Or Shane McMahon, Maybe it'd be somebody completely different, somebody out of left field. You know, maybe it's Titus O'Neil from catering, or, you know, it's Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz, or something like that. Maybe it's Elias. There's been, like, some pictures with Seth Rollins and Elias next to each other. We haven't seen Elias in like, what, a year? So why not Seth Rollins and Elias, even though that'll suck. But the whole Mania card sucks. So there you go. But it is what it is, and that's it for that. Alright, before we get to your NXT review, like I said, is from Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. And as always, our commentary team, as always, Vic, the man, Joseph. Well, he's not the man, but Vic Joseph, and, well, he is the man. Bad news, Wade Barrett. And I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. That's all I gotta say about that. But speaking of news, we got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. I wish I had something to break, but I don't have anything to break right now. But anyway, we got Lauren in the chat. She says, yeah. Then we have TBD, the ever-popular to be determined, meaning Seth Rollins against Vacant. Somebody. You know, he's a naked guy. The Invisible Man. Maybe Seth Rollins, you know, this is how Vince will really fucked over the fans. How about Seth Rollins versus God? Remember how bad that match was? Like, it was like 10, 15 years ago? Shane and Vince against Shawn Michaels and God. The horrible promos that it was. Good Lord. But I digress. Alright, Lauren says, or Arthur Ashe. Well, that's going to be in July. That's for AEW when it comes back to New York. After the May 9th and 11th shows at the Nassau Mausoleum in Belmont Park, New York, which we all know Lauren's going to. I don't know about Nick, but I know Lauren's going there. Lauren knows she needs to get me a ticket and needs to pick me and the missus up. I'm just kidding. But we'll move on with all that. Alright, so yeah, probably July or maybe August will be Wrestle Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Hopefully I can get tickets to that. I would love to go there. Not that it's a great trip there and back, but, you know, I would love to go there. Maybe get there early for meet and greet. I know it's probably going to be a lot pricey, especially if certain guys... Yeah, I'm looking at it in a minute. Give me a second. I will look. I saw it. We got some big breaking news, but I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, hopefully I can go to Wrestle Grand Slam this year for AEW. I don't care if I have to sit all the way up top, with the misses. But, getting there is a pain in the ass because, I have to get there really early, especially for the meet and greet. And then walking all the way from the train station all the way down to Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is a pain in the ass. And all the way back, which is another pain in the ass. So by the time the fucking show ends, probably like 11, maybe midnight. By the time I get home, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday night. Because, they're going to tape Rampage probably right after that. Right after, at 10 o'clock, they're going to tape Rampage till 11. And then by the time I get out of the stadium and on the train, it's like 11:45 because when you get out, if you've been to a Met game and you go home by train, you know what I'm talking about. The trains are packed to the gills, if you know what I mean. Not gilly, but the gills. And you have to wait for like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trains. At least, there's a train that comes right after it because the last stop is Main Street. So... first stop is Main Street, and it's like nobody in there, so by the time you get in there, you can get a seat, but it's going to be packed by the time it actually moves out and goes all the way down to, New York City, and well, I have to get off is Times Square, so, and then I have to take the, I know, I am looking in the chat, shut up, assholes, let me finish my point, goddammit. Or maybe take those wrenches away. I will do it right now. But anyway. So yeah. So hopefully, you know, I can get home at a respectful time if I go to Grand Slam. Like 1, maybe 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock. Yeah, but at least the next day I don't have to, I do have to, well, I could take the next day off and then work Friday, Saturday. I can work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, well, part of Wednesday, and then off Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday. But we'll see what happens when we get to July and August. All right, now we're going to look at the chat, all right? Because we got breaking news. Breaking news. Well, before that, we got Ospreay versus Moxley. Well, that's happening at New Japan Strong in May in Chicago. So we have that. Okay, so, Prince Idol's in the chat. He says, yeah, we got some breaking news. The breaking news is, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Bing! John Morrison, or John Hennigan, is now officially All Elite. There you go. This is coming from the Prince, and it's coming from Isaiah Swerve Scott as well. Well, sorry, Shane Swerve Strickland as well. So, John Hennigan, or Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, whatever the hell you want to call him, is now officially All Elite. I can only imagine that Taya Valkyrie, not Frankie Monet, Taya Valkyrie is also All Elite. But we talked about that a few weeks ago, almost like a month ago. Prince broke that news, and I was the first to brought that up. Nobody in this fucking community, this so-called community called the WC, even sniffed that information. That's why I'm number one here. I'm number one. I give you the breaking news before that clown does, and before the other clown that rapes his cats, JD, and my good buddy Joe Cronin. I get the news before anybody else. So if you hear it from me, and you hear it from me, you're getting it from the best. And I'm getting it from a reliable source, not Alvarez, not Uncle Dave Meltzer, the shithead that he is, or Sean Ross Sapp, or anybody else. You're getting it from the horse's mouth. And that's my good buddy Prince Idol and his cousin Shane Strickland. And maybe Tony Khan himself too, so. But it is what it is. But this is the breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, at 12:12 a.m. Hey, make a wish. On March the 30th, 2022. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but now it's official. Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo, John Hennigan, John Morrison is now officially All Elite, and his hot smoking wife Taya Valkyrie is most likely going to be joining him, and I would not put it past Tony Khan to put Taya Valkyrie against the Bunny Alley in that match, the opening match in the women's Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament. So if it's not Taya Valkyrie. It's probably going to be either Athena or Toni Storm, or maybe Tegan Nox. But I'm putting my money on it being Taya Valkyrie. So there you go. So there's your breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking goddamn news. John Hennigan and Taya Valkyrie are now officially All Elite. So when you see some of the videos tomorrow, if you're Joe Cronin, or, when he puts his if they put the video, anybody puts their videos up saying, like, I did it first, like, no, I did it first. And I'm going to put it in the comments, like, I broke this news late last night. Late last night. So, fuck you, man. Well, thank you to Prince Idol for the big news. And that's it. Lauren says, yep, you look in the chat, I know, blah, blah. Prince Idol says, because Cody went back to the WWE, that's why John Morrison took his spot, if you will. Not my spot, dog spot, liver spot, but my spot. So there you go. So John Hennigan, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Morrison, and Taya Valkyrie have taken basically Cody's place. Well, Ty didn't really take Brandy's place because Brandy really doesn't do anything there. She's the key branding officer, and she basically does nothing. Basically, all Brandy does is suck Cody Rhodes' dick. That's it. That's why they have a beautiful baby. And now he's going to Vince, thinking he's going to get more money and merchandise sales, and it's going to fail miserably. And he's going to cry to Tony Khan in about a year. I can guarantee that. If Cody doesn't appear on Saturday, then you know he's going to appear on the Raw after WrestleMania. So he'll be hot for maybe 6 months at most, maybe till about Survivor Series time, and then right after Survivor Series, going into 2023, gonna go down the shitter. He'll be going right back to Gold Stardust and going for the 24/7 title. Or we'll be in Titus Catering eating some good old-fashioned cookies made by Dana Brooke. You can but eat that. And we'll move on. Alright. Prince Idol says, no, my cousin told me, Swerve told me, because they're friends. John Hennigan is a friend of my cousin. That's pretty cool. Well, Swerve's my friend too. I hope. You know, Swerve is smart. Prince, I told you this on the phone. If your cousin Isaiah, Swerve, whatever, Shane, if your cousin Shane Strickland was smart, he would go to our boy Tony Khan and say, hey, we got a guy named Peter Gilmore, he's looking for a job. Let's fly him down to Jacksonville and let him do his magic. I've been making tons more money than I'm making right now. All I just gotta do is, kind of get rid of my current job. But I think when I get down to Jacksonville, I will kind of ease into the AEW job. Or I could work both. Who knows? Work my current job and then work for Tony Khan on Mondays and Tuesdays. Or whenever he needs me to go to, like, if I have to go to, say, San Antonio, Texas, and do, Rampage tapings or, Dark and Elevation tapings in San Antonio, Texas, I'm there. Just book my flight, get me on that jet. I'll do some backstage interviews. I'll be like, hey, Tony Baloney, you think you're legendary? Well, I'm your successor, bitch. I know you're legendary. You were my commentating team with Mills Insane way back in 1997. But I think your time is just about to pass you by, old man. I'm going to be the next Tony Baloney, even though my name's not Tony. But yeah, Shane, I know you're watching my show. Get on the horn to Tony. Say, hey, I think we need a new color play-by-play guy or a color guy, Get Ricky Starks and Taz off Rampage and just have it be Excalibur and Peter Gilmore every Friday night and on pay-per-view. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. And if Tony would, if things go well, he's like, hey, Tony, you want me to do Ring of Honor for you too? Even though I have to sit next to Ian Riccaboni. Ah! Nothing wrong with the guy. It was kind of weird. He had his own YouTube show. I don't know if he still has it, but I commented on his things like, I'm going to take your job. And me and him went into like a back and forth for like a good couple hours. I was like, oh, you want to try? Why don't you come down to Baltimore? It's like, oh, you got a plane ticket? I'll do it right now. Let's go. I will wipe you out, dude. Not like that, of course, but I will show you why I have the silver tongue. Not like that, of course, but especially for the ladies. But yeah, god damn it, Shane Strickland, get me a goddamn job with Tony Khan. Let's do it now. By the end of the year, I want to be living in Florida, working for Tony Khan. at the Dark and Elevation tapings, when they're in Orlando, of course. You know, not gonna give up my day job, but you know, my night job will be working the TV tapings and you know, hanging out with the nice men and women of AEW. Hey, maybe I'll see Adam Cole, baby, and he'll probably run away. He thinks I stalk him, but I don't. I can hang out with FTR. I can hang out with, you know, the Elite, you know, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Bucks, and maybe by that time, Kenny. Hey, maybe I'll be on BTE. Not the first time. I have been on BTE, briefly. I forgot what episode, but... briefly. Very briefly, like maybe a second. Or maybe a millisecond. Because every time that BTE was doing, when the Bucks and Cody and Marty and, you know, well, not Kenny, of course, because Kenny was in Japan. But every time they went to New York, back in, like, when they started BTE, back in 2016-17, I think, they did a couple of BTEs where they were, you know, at the merchandise the meet and greets. And they usually pan around. One time I saw myself, I was like, what the fuck am I doing over there? So I've been on the legendary BTE, which had their legendary 300th episode yesterday. I haven't finished it, but it was some good shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. But thank you, Prince, for the big breaking news. John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie officially are now all Elite. But knowing, like, No DQ and Ringside News, they won't announce until either late tonight or early tomorrow sometime. And then all the other idiots in the so-called WAC will break the news to you. I broke it first. Because I got it like that. Alright, it is what it is. Alright, now, let's quickly get to NXT. Let's finish this baby up because I'm fucking tired. I still got a humongous headache. My back is hurting. I got a patch on my back that's freaking making my back hotter than I already look. But it is what it is. Alright, so NXT, like I said, was from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida, the go-home show before the Saturday Stand and Deliver. So, we'll see who gets the momentum going for themselves. We've got a lot of action on Saturday night. Mandy Rose defending the Women's Championship against Corey Jade, my third wife, Io Shirai, and the ever-popular Kaylee Ray in a fatal four-way match. Then we got Braun Breaker, the man who will induct his father and his uncle, that's Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers, on Friday night. I hope they come out to Steiner Rise! You know, the WCW theme, not the WWE crappy thing they came out with in WWE. But, yeah, I am surprised that they actually will be getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we'll be seeing Scott Steiner possibly at the Hall of Fame. Now, I don't know about that, because it depends, because, you know, we all know how Scott Steiner did not even want to be in the Hall of Fame. But now, I guess Vince or somebody talked him into it. So, we'll probably see Big Papa Dump on your, well, not on your TV screen, on your computer screen, or on your PlayStation 4 or 5. Maybe telling us how Steiner math is supposed to be. So we'll see what happens with that. So we got Braun Breaker taking on Dolph Ziggler for the NXT World title. Should be pretty damn good. We got a fatal 5-way for the North American title. We got Carmelo Hayes defending against Solo Sikoa, Grayson Waller, Santos Escobar, and the mystery opponent, which was supposed to be tonight. I'll get to that in a minute. So we got that match. We got the triple threat tag team title match between Imperium as they take on MSK, and then the Creed brothers, who won the Dusty Rhodes Make It Dream, Baby, Dusty Rhodes. Men's Classic. They won that, so they get the title shot. We got that. And I think we got maybe one more match coming. Maybe I think it might be Eli Drake and Gunther or Walter. We'll see what happens with that. It hasn't really been announced. I mean, we could get a few matches that we think would be on the show, like Saray and Tiffany Stratton, even though that would suck on that show. But I think they're gonna keep that till next week. And Tiffany Stratton and Saray will probably be next week. But I think Eli and Gunther will be added to the show on Saturday. But we'll see what happens with all that shit. Alright, so we open the show at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. We start the show with Imperium coming out and standing on the aisleway. We have a big upshot from Gunther, Walter. Then out of nowhere, Walter just like, bleh, he falls right into the camera. Like, what, did he just trip? But anyway, Eli and MSK attack him from behind, just before the bell. They start beating the crap out of him. Then the bell finally rings with Eli and Fabian Aichner going at it. Eli was in control, then he gets run over by Aichner off the ropes, gets taken down with a basic 1905 headlock. But Eli gets back up, goes into the ropes, but Barthel tags himself in. On drags Aichner into a standing shoulder lock. Interesting. Eli then reverses it, wrenches on Barthel's arm, but he gets taken down. Barthel goes right back to that shoulder. Then he says Eli into the ropes, but gets taken down. Eli gets the hot tag to Wes Lee, that son of a bitch. Or was it Wes Lee or Nash Carter? If you've been following Twitter as of late, Kimber Lee, who I think is married to one of them, been posting a lot of really scary tweets about, I think it was Wes Lee or Nash Carter, one of them. I think it was Wes Lee, to be honest with you. Basically talking about, like, 10 years of abuse or something like that. Well, she's being abused. And Julie doesn't want to talk about it. She's trying to bring it out, bring awareness. But yeah, fucking Kimber Lee being abused by one of the members of MSK. I think it's Wes Lee, because it's not Desmond Xavier, the black guy. It's not him. I think it's the other guy. I think it's Wes Lee, but I could be wrong. But yeah, we can move on from that. But anyway, so Wesley tags in, catches Barthel. Then Nash Carter comes in because they tagged at the same time somehow. The referee's allowing this. They catch him with a drop kick. Eli comes in, gets nailed with a punch to face. But Eli comes back with a old school backdrop. But Barthel held on and turned it into a sunset flip for a near fall. Fabian Aichner comes in, trips Eli up, then Barthel comes in again, starts to work over Eli, and then Walter comes in and punches Eli right in the mush, knocking him out. Sadly, we didn't get we do get the epic shocks of doom. Eli fires off and ducks a couple of those sick as you-know-what chops twice, but the third one hits him, felt like a gun went off. Whoosh. You don't want to get chopped by Walter. I say that not from experience, but I've seen Walter at Evolve shows and matches against like guys like Joe Gacy or something like that. When you hear that chop, it feels like a gun went off, and everybody's like, "Oh my god! Take cover!" It just feels like that, and it hurts too. I can only imagine the people get chopped by Walter, how it hurts. Good lord, I'm surprised they're still alive. But it is what it is. But anyway, Gunther chops him down on the third try. Then he starts stomping on Eli. Tags in Fabian Aichner, who hits a basic body slam for a near fall. Got a little bit more to go. We're going to go a little bit long on this episode, so we got time. It's 12:30. I got time. How much power do I got left? I got enough power. Got about 63%. We're good. All right. So after the body slam gets a near fall, Aichner pounds on Eli, locks in another old school 1925 chin lock. Eli fights to his feet, fights out of the chin lock, but gets pushed into the ropes, and he gets hit right in the gut. Not with a gut buster, but got hit in the gut with a knee. Aichner with a shot to the head, then the old-fashioned right to the back, a la Hulk Hogan, brother. And then Aichner slaps Eli right in the mush, which kind of pisses off Eli. He gets fired up, flips out of a back suplex, then gets the hot tag to MSK. They both come in and pound on Aichner with some kicks. They send Barthel over the top rope. And basically, they kick Gunther out of the ring. And then they do some flippity-dippity-doos. Nash Carter dies on Fabian Aichner. But then Gunther runs over Wesley, and then Eli is in the ring as we go to picture-in-picture. We come back. Wesley's fighting off Aichner. So basically a back-and-forth match between all 6 men. Lee hits an enziguri in the corner. He crawls over for the tag. He gets the tag to Eli as Barthel comes in. Eli with a big clothesline knocks Gunther off the apron. Hits a neck breaker, then a body slam, an elbow drop. He's cleaning house. Gets a near fall on the elbow drop as Aichner comes back in. And then Eli tosses Aichner out of the ring. Nash Carter tags in, is thrown by Eli into Barthel. And then Wesley goes to the apron to leap up top, but he gets yanked down by Walter. Ow. And then Walter and Eli brawl to the back, basically, on the other side where the announce table was. They fight to the back. Inside the ring, Carter goes for a jackknife on Barthel, but he's not the legal man. And then Fabian Aichner loads up with a clothesline from hell. And then Wesley does a flippy-dippity 360-do. And then Aichner covers him 1, 2, 3. So the tag team champions and Walter get the win. Imperium get the win. A little over 12 minutes. Match was not bad. I give it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it after that. Alright, so after the match, they go up halfway up the ramp, and then the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, they meet them while MSK is in the ring, so little bit of hype for the tag team title match between all 3 teams. I still think the Creed brothers are going to win, but you never know. You never know, and that's pretty much it. Alright, Lauren says, Killer Cross is in Ring of Honor. I didn't know that. I thought he wasn't in Ring of Honor. I haven't seen him on Ring of Honor TV yet, so, well, there is no really Ring of Honor tapings. They're basically showing, like, the last episode they showed Jonathan Gresham's championship journey. Then before that, they were showing the Hall of Fame and a couple other, like, best of episodes. But after Supercard of Honor, they're going to do, Tony Khan saying that they're going to do weekly TV tapings. I don't know from where, probably the RH bubble in Baltimore, I would assume. But I did read something that FTR and maybe it's just my memory. I was thinking that FTR was coming to Dynamite this Wednesday, but I could be wrong on that. I might have just overlooked that, but maybe I was looking at the wrong picture. It looked like it said Dynamite, but I know it's Friday night, but this was. Alright, so we move on from there. Alright, so I gave all that 3.25 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens in the tag team title match this Saturday. And that's it. Alright, after that, we get a video with a recap of my third wife, Io Shirai, and Kaylee Ray winning the women's version of the Dusty Rose American Dream, baby. I love the bacon, baby. You know, winning the Dusty Cup. I think it was last week. I think it was last week, right? Yeah, it was last week. Which I didn't do a review for, and I apologize for that. I thought I did do it, but I don't see it on my. Maybe I did do it and I didn't upload it. So I apologize for that. Maybe I deleted it by accident, but whatever. But anyway, all right. So we see Io and Kaylee Ray winning the Dusty Cup last week. Then we hear from Kaylee Ray and the beautiful Io Shirai looking hot as always. Kaylee Ray says Mandy believes she's the greatest women's champion in history, which is the best looking one next to Io, of course. Which is why they know she'd agree to a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. So then Io says, I'm going to have sex with Peter Gilmore. No, she didn't say that. She says they're going to get payback, and it'll be hilarious. She starts talking in Japanese, with the captions, thankfully. And then Katie Ray starts talking in Japanese. Maybe Io taught her some words. I don't know. We have sushi later. Sushi. Something like that. Anyway, Katie Ray says they're no strangers to being champions. They run down their accolades, basically, their long title reigns. Katie Ray at 649 days as the NXT UK champion, almost 2 years. Well, actually, a year and a half, because 2 years is, if it's not a leap year, it's 730 days for you dumb people at home. They can't add. So, Katie Ray held the NXT UK title for over a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. And then Io held the belt for almost a year for the NXT Women's Championship. So they run down their accolades, blah, blah, blah. And then, Katie Ray says she says when she's champion here, she won't need help to win like Mandy does. She'll make sure the title's around the waist of the best competitor. And then Io's like, what do you mean? What do you mean, best competitor? I am best competitor because I like cats. No, she said. Io says, it's true. I'm the best competitor here. I'm the best woman in this division, which she is. And then Katie Ray's they kind of like tease, like laugh. I was like, okay, you think you're the best woman? Okay, we'll see about that. So Katie Ray looks forward to seeing her try, wishes her luck. Starts talking a little bit in Japanese. And then Io says, may the best woman win. Bitch! No, she said. So we'll see what happens with that. The fatal 4-way match for Mandy's title. You add, Corey Jade in that match. 22, 23-year-old Corey Jade. She's a skater girl. Say, see you later, girl. I'll see you backstage after the show. There you go. Not Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. It's Skater Girl by, me. If I had more lyrics, I could probably pass that off as a parody. Make more money than maybe a good buddy Weird Al. I heard Weird Al did a parody for American Dad called Rabotage, which is a spin-off, not kind of like a parody of Sabotage by my good friends from Brooklyn, those guys named the Beastie Boys. I'm telling y'all, it's Sabotage! But it's Rabotage! Because it's Easter, obviously. So go look that up. It's on YouTube. So Weird Al is kind of back with, another parody. Why not? We haven't heard from Weird Al in a parody in many years. So, but I think that one came out maybe just came out or maybe a couple years ago. But we'll move on. All right. So I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars. All right. Then we go to the back. We see the Australian Dakota Kai. Still has her hair and all messed up. Still looking hot. She's backstage looking for Wendy Choo Choo after they lost last week to Io and Kaylee Ray, and then they got beat up by Toxic Attraction, and then what became of the Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT Women's title. All right, so Dakota is looking for Wendy Choo. She's asking various backstage people, like, "Hey, you seen Wendy?" So no. Then she walks over and sees Wendy's pillow torn apart. And her pajamas are out, and she's really worried about her. Why? Why we should be worried about Wendy Choo, Karen Q, whatever you want to call her. Maybe she's turning back into Mei Ying. Let's hope. This Wendy Choo character is ugh. It makes me want to vomit. And that's it. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get a quick recap from earlier in the week of Tatum Paxley, who was the partner of Ivy Nile in the first round of the tournament. They lost because of her, and Ivy didn't like it. And Tatum's trying her best to, make amends with Ivy, trying to get in to Diamond Mine. Not really working out. But we see from earlier this week, Tatum is kind of cleaning up, cleaning up the locker room of Diamond Mine. And then Ivy Nile comes in, it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And she's like, I'm just trying to help. And then Ivy's like berating her, saying, yeah, it's like, you don't belong here. She says, you have to prove yourself to be in Diamond Mine. Something like that. Then Ivy's like, get the fuck out of my gym. So then Tatum like grabs this big bag and like she holds it with, like hauls ass with it, something like that. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. So that was a precursor to match number 2. Ivy Nile taking on Tiffany Stratton, or as I like to call her, Boogie Hogan. Boogie Hogan. Brother. Of course, she basically looks like, her face looks like Brooke Hogan. Daddy! These people are yelling at me! Somebody get my credit card! I gotta go buy new shoes. Anyway. I need to buy a new wardrobe. Anyway, match wasn't anything great. We had Malcolm Bivens at ringside, or Stokely Hathaway at ringside, of course. Not really a great match. They started with a good old-fashioned test of strength, which Ivy wins, turns that into a Northern Light suplex. Then she locks Tiffany in a wrist lock. Tiffany kind of flippity-dippity-doos out of it. Arm drags Ivy down, hits a standing moonsault. Then a hip toss, goes for a hip toss. It gets reversed a few times. And then Tiffany gets knocked down. But she turns it around, hits a splash into the ropes. Then she takes Ivy down with a headlock, knocks in the $1 Million Dream, of all things. And then eventually slamming Ivy to the mat. I mean, there's parts of the match that look sloppy. But we get that. Who is this? Stratton locks in a old school bow and arrow. Actually, that's Ivy. Excuse me. She locks in a bow and arrow, and then hits the. Well, I thought it was going to be the Super Dragon Stomp of Doom, the curb stomp of Doom, but she kind of hits a regular stomp, and Tiffany's like, "Oh, my face!" And then she goes out of the ring. Ivy brings her back in. Tiffany hits a weak-ass fuck clothesline. And then fog starts forming in the entranceway. And then, like Wade Barrett and Vic Joseph like, we got a fire here! What's going on? Somebody threw out some trash. Anyway, but amidst the fog, out comes Saray, not in her hot as you-know-what schoolgirl outfit, but she comes out as the warrior of the sun, Saray. She's on the apron, starts yelling at Tiffany because of what happened about a week or two ago when Tiffany beat her up during her entrance and then ripped off her grandmother's necklace and then threw it somewhere, and then Saray was like, I gotta find my necklace! So she finally finds her necklace under some lighting equipment. So this little feud continues on. So she's on the apron, starts yelling at Tiffany. Tiffany's like, I'll finish you later. She goes to pick up Ivy, kind of power. She picks up Ivy. Ivy kind of reverses it into a one-armed dragon sleeper, and Tiffany Stratton tapped out like a drunk bitch that she is. And that's pretty much it. And then we didn't see Saray after that. Like, she disappeared. She was on the apron, and then the referee's kind of berating her, like, get down here! And then Ivy chokes her out, and then we don't see Saray. I was like, where the hell did she go? My bedroom, that's where she went. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Alright, so Ivy gets the win. Match was so I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Time to match 3:31, so 3.5 minutes suckfest. So if you need to go to the bathroom, there's your bathroom break match of the night. And we'll move on from there. All right, after that, we get a interview, a promo from our good buddy Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. He's backstage sitting down in his good old chair, basically saying this has been his sanctuary to connect with fans over the last almost 7 years. He says he's had a lot to prove since he arrived to a lot of people, including himself. It's been a lot of highs and lows. The fans have been a big part of it, whether it's as public as his title wins, his 2 title wins, or private as his wife's not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 5 miscarriages. Damn! Then they finally on number 6. Lucky number 6, they had a beautiful baby girl, his baby daughter, who looks cutie patootie. But anyway, he's heard the whispers that Stand and Deliver may be his last match and end of an era, and he wants to create that magic one more time. So he gets out of his chair. I thought he was just gonna throw the chair like he usually does, but he gets up, nonchalantly, close to the chair like a gentleman, puts it up against the gate, and then we see on the top of the chair it says 9915, but that's right. Yeah, I think it's a 9915, and then the Saturday's date of April 2nd, 2022. So it's 6.5 years in NXT could all go up in flames for the Psycho Killer, as he takes on, hey, my cousin Tony D'Angelo, get in here, paisan. You give me a pizza for $2. So there you go. I think Tony D'Angelo is going to get his biggest win in NXT, and Ciampa's going to, his career is going to be done in NXT. But never say never, he can come back at any time. They're going to bring him up to the main roster, probably put him in catering in like a month or 2. Probably the same thing with Braun Breaker. But it is what it is. I really think Ciampa's gonna go on the main roster, maybe fight for the United States title, or maybe him and Breaker will come up as a tag team and go for the tag team belts, which they really don't need. I think Braun Breaker could, if he does come up, could go after the United States title as well, or get thrust right into the unified WWE title. WWE Universal title, I should say. Or just call it the unified WWE title. Whatever you want to call it. So we'll see what happens with that. So good promo from Ciampa. I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. Speaking of Braun Breaker, his opponent at Stand and Deliver, the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler, he gets a vignette, an interesting vignette, running down his many accolades, Money in the Bank, Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, Tag Team Champion, now NXT Champion. They even mentioned, they even showed him as Chavo Guerrero's caddy when Chavo Guerrero was playing a white guy, which made no sense, but okay. Then they showed him in the Spirit Squad as Nikki, Josh, Mikey, and we're the Spirit Squad. The lamest 5-man group ever in the late Ruthless Aggression days. Nikki, Mikey, Josh, and the other 2 guys. And we are the Spirit Squad. Oh, Kenny, of course. Kenny! Not that Kenny, but, not MySpace Kenny! But, Kenny Dykstra, if you will. Whatever happened to that guy? Did he, fall off the face of the earth, not wrestling anymore? Well, we know Nikki is Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. Kenny Dykstra is Kenny, we all know. Mikey is Mike Mondo, who doesn't really wrestle that much anymore. And Josh, I have no idea what the hell happened to him. And I think the other member of the Spirit Squad is probably not wrestling either. So basically, one guy from the Spirit Squad is left wrestling. And that's Nick Nemeth, otherwise known as Dolph Ziggler. And that's it. So anyway, this vignette shows Dolph and his running down his accolades, including winning the NXT Championship a couple weeks ago from Braun Breaker. And then we see Ziggy doing some interviews on The Bump and Corey Graves' stupid podcast. Anyway, Ziggy basically says this isn't just NXT 2.0, it's DZ 2.0. No, not Dragon Ball Z 2.0. That would be funny though. But really, Dragon Ball Z 2.0 is like Super or Dragon Ball Heroes or whatever you want to call it. That's basically Dragon Ball Z, just with GT kind of in between. Even though GT sucks. But we all knew that. Dragon Ball Heroes and Dragon Ball Super Heroes is basically Dragon Ball Z with some new people like Beerus and like Wiz and Hit and Jiren. They bring in Broly, you know. They bring in Broly, they bring in Kale and Khalifa, the very first female Super Saiyans. Because Pan still hasn't gone Super Saiyan, and not even Videl has gone Super Saiyan yet. Sad. Not even, you know, Bayteen. No, 18. What we call her, Bayteen. You know, not even, Krillin's kid can go Super Saiyan. That's just sad. Just sad that Kale and Khalifa are not only the first female Super the first female Super Saiyans, they are the first females to fuse as Khalifa. Not Kale and Khalifa. And I think they're the first females in Dragon Ball Z history, Dragon Ball history, to go Super Saiyan 3. Beat that, Fidel. Beat that fucking Bayteen. Or 21, well, whatever. What was that chick's name in that the last Dragon Ball game? 21? 22? 23? I don't know. But it is what it is, and that's it. But, yeah. I mean, they got so many new characters there. They got, Kumbra, who goes Super Saiyan... Well, he doesn't have to go Super Saiyan 4. He just is Super Saiyan 4. And Kumbra fucked up Broly. Chase knows about that. My good buddy Chase knows about that. And then you have Hearts. You have a couple other new villains there. You have Dr. Gero back as a robot. He's like a Super Saiyan robot, actually. I was like, where the hell did he get this shit? It is what it is, but we get that. So yeah, so Ziggy says it's not just NXT's 2.0, it's DZ 2.0. Okay, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, Prince has some more news. Prince says, good night, guys. I'm not feeling well. I'm not. So good night. Okay, well, good night to you, sir. I hope you have a good night with your lovely wife, Savannah, and your baby, You know, just have a good night and a better tomorrow. The middle of the week. Well, almost done with March. We're about to start April. And pretty soon, in 2 weeks, we got Easter, so... Or as I call it, National Egg Day. Not that we eat eggs. For Easter, we color those goddamn eggs with that stuff. That, you know, gotta put it in vinegar and then, you know, you put the stupid, you know, you get that, the egg coloring kits, and then you have to put cups in it, and you have to put like vinegar in it, and then you drop it in, and then you put it on like paper towel, and then you wait a little bit for it to, or you put it back in the carton of eggs, the egg carton, and then, you know, but while you're doing it, smells like god awful because it got, you know, you're dropping it in vinegar, and it smells like, ugh. Back in my day, I used to do that shit, not anymore because I'm old. Then you got the Easter egg hunt. That was fun when I was a kid, you know. Waking up in the morning, it's like, hey, you want to look for some Easter eggs? Yeah, I'll look under the couch. Buried all the way under the couch, and I can't even get my arm underneath the couch. I was like, Daddy, I see the Easter egg, I can't get it. And I have to flip over the couch. No, I didn't flip over the couch, I'm just joking. But that was fun. That's always fun with the kiddies and everything. You know, the Easter egg hunts and all that Easter shit, the Easter parade, and good stuff. And the week before is Palm Sunday. As we all know, that's the trolls' favorite holiday, Palm Sunday. They don't worship the Lord; they worship their hand. I'm gonna worship my hand. But it is what it is, and let's it is what it is. All right. Oh, there's more to the promo. I thought it was the end. I'm sorry. All right. So Ziggler says it's not NXT 2.0; it's DC 2.0. Then we get a video of him having gotten in from Raw, and how it's normally him going in and out. That's what I like to do, in and out. But this week he's spending an extra day in Florida. He says Braun Breaker's excited for his first WrestleMania, but it's going to be his 18th. 18. So he started at WrestleMania 21 and 22. No. Let me take that back. No, because it wasn't at... Was he at 20? I think it was at maybe 20 or 21 he was at when he debuted. So, at 18. There you go. But I think it was either 19 or... I think it was 20. But I could be wrong. Anyway, says he'll be doing the media, not Braun. Braun wasn't ready to win the NXT title. Says he's in the studio. Says he was doing all the media because no one knows who Braun Breaker is. And then we see him on the bump and, all that other shit that, like I mentioned. He talks about how if he had as many resources as Braun, we would never have seen him as the caddy for Kerwin White, Chavo Guerrero when he played a white guy, or Nikki from the Spirit Squad. Nikki, see that. Dalton says he knows people think Braun lost the title and he's gonna win it right back at Stand and Deliver, but they thought that was gonna happen at Roadblock. He says this is the Ziggler everyone's been waiting for, and he wants everyone to leave Stand and Deliver with shocked looks and on their faces. I will not be surprised if Dolph does win, but if he does win, who's the next challenger? Gunther? Yeah, pretty much. But we'll see. Maybe Eli. Who knows? But even though Eli lost, but we'll see what happens with that. All right. So I gave that entire thing 3 out of 5 stars, and we'll move on from there. All right. Got a couple of comments from Prince. Prince says, "Good night, guys. I'm not feeling well. I'm not so good night." Then he says, "And you're welcome for the good news." Well, thank you. I did say thank you, didn't I? Well, if I didn't, well, thank you. Anyway, Prince says, "I'm sad and depressed because I have idea block. I like to come up with exciting new things all the time, and right now my mind's not. Let me do that song sad and depressed right now, so I'm not feeling well." Then he says, not in the mood tonight. I'm sorry, guys. You need to stop that shit. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. That's why we have meetings here in the Prophecy. Even though tonight was not a great meeting, but it is what it is. We'll have another meeting probably after WrestleMania, and then we can form some ideas. There were some things thrown out that the Prophecy might be divided into 2 different things. I don't know if that's gonna fly, but that's not up to me. That's up to the fans, of course. I personally, I don't want 2 versions of the Prophecy. Especially like if Prince has his own version of the Prophecy, then I have mine, which is much better. Sorry. But I just rather just have one version of the Prophecy and try to get as many more viewers as I can. I know this is a late show, and I did have 3 people in watching, but I've had, at times, when I do it sometime in the afternoon or the early evening, or sometimes at late at night around this time, I've had at most 8 people. Now, if I can double that to about 16, and then double that to 32, get to 50, get to 100, I'll be beating guys like that clown, because he can barely get at most, unless it's a watch along, where I still don't understand how he gets like 80,000 views. Somebody's been inflating the views, and he gets like 200, 300, at most 300 people, and he gets 80,000 views. Bots. But yeah, I mean, I had at most I had 350 people on my Money in the Bank 2019 review, and all I got for that was like 500 views at the end of the day. I'm like, come on. Somebody has like 300 to 500 people in a chat, at most they should get in between 500 and 1,000 views in the span of after that video gets put up. It should say 500 to 1,000 views. Shouldn't take like over a day or two or a week to get at most 1,500 to 2,000 likes, 2,000 people. But guys like JD, he gets like, on his regular reviews, he gets like at most 2,600 people in the chat, and then at the end, about a few days later, at the end of the week, he gets like 30,000 views, because that's JD, even though he's a dick, but because he knows how to do his shit. But I'm just a small channel, but I have my channels are small except for my Killer Demons, which is still kind of under 1,200. But if I can get that 1,200 and get it up to about 1,500 and get it up to 2,000 and then start getting my other channels up to about 1,000 and then start building from there, and then my regular shows, excuse me, if I can get these great streams, I can get a whole ton of people there. I know it's competition and people just want to go. There's so much competition here in that so-called community called the WATWC. I didn't say I'm number one, but I want to get to close to number one. I want to be in that top 3 of JD, Joe Cronin, and whoever else. I want to be like either number 2 or number 3. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be better than Joe. I'm not better than Joe. I know I'm not better than JD, but I have more charisma. I'm more charisma than JD. I'm not an egomaniac like JD, and I don't rape my cats like JD. I don't like the Braves like JD does. But as far as Joe Cronin goes, I have nothing bad to say about Joe. I've been subscribed to Joe since 2016, and I've never had a problem with Joe. Never had a problem. Even though, at times he kind of went back and forth with, the clown. But now he hates the clown, so. But who doesn't hate the clown these days? And it's so refreshing that he's gone for another over 2 weeks now. But he's saying he's making a comeback. But now his faithful subscribers, what they're doing now? They're saying, if you're not going to come back, then what? Stop taking time off so much. So what I think is that to you, clown's view, don't come back. Just don't come back. Or if you're gonna come back for WrestleMania and then you're gonna take another 2-3 weeks off, why don't you just take the rest of the year off and never come back? Just don't come back, because you basically still suck. And if you're gonna take more time off, like another 2-3 weeks off, then you're gonna I'm saying this as being a nice way. You're gonna lose a lot of subs after you already lost. And then you know where they're coming? Me. That's why I stole your number 1 co-host. And where are you now? Irrelevant Island. Wishing and hoping and praying that you can get back to your glory days back in 2011 up to 2016. But 2015 really, but not anymore. There's a new king in town, and it's not WJ, it's me. I don't care what WJ says. WJ thinks he's gonna have a group where he's the king, and then everybody's gonna do promos to overthrow the king and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody gives a shit about that, man. If you're gonna have a group on Facebook devoted to wrestling, then have it be devoted to wrestling. If you're gonna have an E-Fed on Facebook, then have an E-Fed devoted to wrestling. And make it an actual fucking title. Don't make it Meatball Championship Wrestling, something like that. But WJ's the biggest flip-flopper on YouTube. I mean, his new channel almost has 1,000 subs. Probably the first time he's had 1,000 subs since I known him. That's when I started YouTube back in 2009 when I first found out about WJ, when he was doing sped up videos and talking like a hyena. And then we had a brief feud from like 2010 up to I think 2011, maybe early 2012, where I buried his ass. He won't admit it, but I buried his ass. And then after that, me and WJ been friends on and off. So but now, like, he made this new little group, thinking he's the king and everything. I'm like, don't invite me to your stupid freaking Facebook groups, please, because it's annoying. Because, I'm in the group, and then like two months later it's gone, and then it's another group that forms, or another channel that comes around, and then I get message from somebody saying, hey, this is WJ's new channel. This is WJ's new, WJ or one of his mods on Facebook. They send me a freaking invite. I'm like, leave me alone with these fucking invites. Just have one channel, okay? Have one channel and then hide it for a while and come back. We still have the same sub count, but your videos are all gone. Stop flip-flopping. It's annoying. I'm being real, WJ. I know you're probably not listening, but if somebody knows WJ, and send them this part of the video, timestamp 126, or 1 hour 26 minutes in. But I mean, WJ, you need to stop flip-flopping. And I'm being real with you. I've known you for basically 13 years. Stop flip-flopping. You have a great channel right now, almost 1,000 subscribers. I think if you didn't do all that flip-flopping back in the day, you probably have 5, maybe 7, at most 7,000, maybe close to 10,000 subscribers if you didn't fuck around and close channels and all that shit. I'm just being real. I think personally, if I didn't get into drama back in 2010 up to 2012. My Human Killer 99 channel, my original Human Killer 99 channel, I think it was close to 500. I think right by now, probably around 1,000, maybe 1,500, 2,000 at most, maybe. Right, but I think it got terminated in, I think, 2011, early 2012. So 10 years later, it was close to 500. If I kept going, possibly about, I would hit 2,000. But that's in the past. And I personally don't care, but yeah. WJ needs to stop flip-flopping. And Prince, you need to stop doing that too. I don't care if it's a ratings ploy or it's, try to get more people to come in and everything. Yeah, but yeah. I really want to get the prophecy to be the best thing on YouTube. If it takes me another 10 years, who knows if I'll still be on YouTube in the next 10 years, because I'll be 55. But, and who knows if YouTube will still be around in 10 years. But as long as I can get the prophecy to be, one of the greatest things on this fucking website, then that would be great. Then I would end my career knowing that I did something good on YouTube. I made something on myself on this godforsaken garbage website. But it is what it is. But yeah, don't feel depressed there, Prince. I know you we talk every so often about ideas and stuff that we could make the prophecy better and everything. And Lauren has her ideas. Nick sometimes has some ideas, but that's why we have meetings. We can do something offline. That's why we have Discord. We're all talking Discord, and about the we'll have a certain section of the Discord server that Lauren maybe has, and we'll all talk about what ideas we want to make the channel better. Get more people to watch, get more subs, hopefully, for all of us, except Nick, because Nick doesn't have a YouTube channel. I mean, he does, just to, come in here and everything, but it doesn't have, a video thing, It is what it is. But I want to make the prophecy the number one semi like group, if you will. I know there's been so many groups on YouTube that kind of fizzled out. They were good and they started fizzling out after a while. I mean, but there's still good groups on here, like the Rant and Rate podcast. You know, my good buddy J-Man and Brandon. Brandon and Eric Lima on and that stuff. Joe, you know, my good buddy Elite JC. He was on my last video. He did a video tonight about I think NXT and WrestleMania predictions. So I was briefly on the chat for that. So big ups to Joe, not Joe Cronin, of course, but you know Joe. I mean, there's a few other you know, group channels on here. You know, Wrestling Inc. Of course, with the lovely Vivacious. I wish she was, you know. But anyway, the lovely Issa, you know, the New York City Demon Diva. You know, she's part of that Wrestling Inc. crowd and Lucha Libre Online. Doing well for herself. You know, WrestleMania and all that. I mean, there's so many other group channels that are doing pretty damn good for themselves. And I want to be in that group. And I want to get more people to watch my shit. I don't want to have, like, you know, the same crew. I want to get more people in. I mean, if it's trolls, then they can just fuck off. But if it's new people that come over from Joe Cronin's show, or come over from JD's crap fest, or they come over from Tony's show, or anywhere, and they just, like, they're on YouTube. It's like, hey, here's a, you know, who's this guy? Let's see what he has to offer. I'm charismatic. I'm funny. I bring you breaking news. I do everything here. So, you know, if I have new people in the chat, that's great. You know, you like me? You like me. You don't like me? Well, get the fuck off. Spanish Archer, get out of here. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, but yeah, Prince. I hope you know, you get better. That's all I gotta say about that. Speaking of Prince, his wife Savannah's in the chat. I can give Savannah. Did I give Savannah a wrench? I'm gonna give Savannah a wrench if I can. No, I'll have to do it later. There we go. Alright, Savannah, I'm gonna give you a wrench. There you go. Now you're a mod, Savannah. You can thank me later. But anyway, Savannah says, I don't know what's going on with him. It's really messed up tonight. He even yelled at me. He even yelled at me. I even do anything to him. I was just concerned. He's just going through something, guys, but it will be okay. Okay. Savannah says, Case is having a Gemini bipolar moment right now. He's going through the yin-yang. Yeah. He had one of this. He probably had the same day I had. You know, mad at one moment, angry, just completely off my rocker, and then next thing I know, like I am now, I'm calm, cool, and collected. You know, like the Triple C. No, not my good friend Platon Laguerre. You know, back in Kingsborough. Big ups to Platon. You know, he doesn't watch my show, but I haven't seen that guy since 2016, early 2017. I saw him and his family on the train, but they didn't recognize me. I'm like, it's like, who's this guy you waving at us? I had to tell my other good friends, the Hot Rod, you know, my good buddy Rodney and Sean Block, or as we, you know, the Peeps Nature Boy, as we call him. And at times, like, hey, I saw Platon on the train going to, you know, my job. When I was working in New York City at the time, back a few years ago. But I haven't seen any of them since in person, bro. My old WKRB radio mates back in the day back in the day, I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Back when I was in my radio days at WKRB, not in Cincinnati, but that's WKRP. WKRB, KE by the Bay, 90.9 FM. We tore down the house. We tore that radio station apart. and I had the #1 show on Tuesday. Of the entire time I was there, I had the #1 show, even though Rodney and Sean and Baton think they had the #1 show. No, sorry, I had the #1. I had the #1 show on college radio. In all of CUNY. That's if you don't know what CUNY means, it's community whatever it means. But yeah, I had the #1 show, my college radio show, The Time Machine, or TTM. That's where I got TPC from. Because it used to be TTM TV, which became the Gilmore Chronicles back in 2009. I changed it over to that. But yeah, from like 96 until early 99, 2000-ish, I had the number one radio show on that freaking station with my at the time it was classic rock and metal with me and my old friend Greg, the Hippie Ripper, if you don't know who he is. Then when he left, I took it over and made it a straight metal channel with a little bit of classic rock thrown in at times. But still was #1. I was still getting calls up the wazoo. Even when I was on public access TV, like late at night. Like it felt like every month I was on public access, BCAT. Meow. As we call it, book and cable access television. My show was always on that crappy thing from like 8 o'clock until like sometimes 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. People were still calling me up, cursing up a storm. So I had to, I couldn't put people on. I had to like take them off the air and everything, because I would get calls from like I would get people complaining to the general manager, who's the Lizard King, the dick that he is. Getting complaints like, hey, you're cursing on the, you have people cursing up a storm and you just standing there and not doing anything. And, and then the general manager has to pull me in his office like, you can't have people on your show anymore. So I can do whatever the fuck I want, dude. It's my show. My show. Either get a 7-second delay or just take out the automated, the phone thing. We don't want people calling in. I don't need to have people calling into my show. I don't need it. I can just play 6,000 fucking CDs and I'll be fine. But if I did want to have a band, which I've had a few bands on my show back in the day, Sugar Grass, and I think was one of them. They're not around anymore. But I was this close to getting AJ Perro of Twisted Sister on my show. This close. He wasn't home though. Bastard. But yeah, I had fun there. I had a lot of fun. #1 rated music show. Then, the sports show was the #1 show on the weekend, because it was a Saturday show, which started at 12 o'clock, and then it used to be 12 to 3, then it went to 12 to 4, because somebody was supposed to come at 3 o'clock to, do their regular shift. They never came, so we went an extra hour, then we added wrestling, which went an extra hour, then it became 2 hours, and became 12 to 6. So we did a 6 hours sport show from 12 to 6 on Saturdays for many years. And that's it. We never had anybody like major on the show, but it is what it is. That's that. Oh yes, Mike. Yes, Mike. Yes. What? Can you whisper it in my good ear? What do you have to say, Mike? Hey, you remember I was on that sports show. That who's that guy? That Chris Morton guy? He was trying to do my voice and everything. Boy, did he suck. Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit, by the way. He was pretty cool to me back in the day, but then him and the Triple C's ex-girlfriend, not his gorgeous wife that he has now. They kind of flaked down on me and turned their backs on me. So I basically told them to go fuck themselves. You should have put him through a freaking table. I tried, but, I don't, I basically blocked them on Facebook and told them to go, go up the river and go F themselves, I mean? They're like, yeah, I understand. But yeah, but that Chris Morton guy, he's a real fucking piece of crap. You can't even do my voice like you do. You do it pretty well. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, I appreciate that. Whatever happened to that Chris Morton guy? Who cares? You think he has a girlfriend? I don't know, and I don't care. Probably has a small... Hmm? He probably does have a small thing, but not as small as that clown. I'd like to put him to a freaking table. Hey, Mike, you're gonna love this, Mike. You know that clown, Clowns View Entertainment? There's a thing called Blue Chew out, which is like the the gummy version of Viagra. I heard he's been taking that, and trying to get his, heart, to grow a little bit. Not working, because his last girlfriend, Jen, he couldn't get, he couldn't perform. What do you think about that? Oh man, that sucks. If I was Jen, I would go to another guy that had a big, schlong like I do. I didn't even know that. But yeah, that guy's a creep, and he can't even, he has a tiny little schlong, and you told me he had a baby? How is that possible? I don't know. I don't even think the kid is his, dude. I really don't. I think his ex, of 10 years, Lynn, I think she had a baby out of, she cheated on him and had a baby, and she's like, hey, it's your baby. But, who cares about the clown? He's dead. Who cares? He's irrelevant, dude. If you were alive today, I would love to, have you go over to his house and put him through a freaking table and just end him. That'd be great, Mike. Yeah, sadly, I got this damn halo on my head. I don't know when I'm gonna get it off. Do you know? I don't know, man. I don't have Dragon Balls. I can't, wish you back to life, Shenron and something like that. If there were Dragon Balls, real life Dragon Balls, and we had a real life dragon named Shenron, I would wish you back to life first thing in the morning. My first wish, I would wish Mike Awesome back to life so he can come back to wrestling and put people through flaming goddamn tables. But sadly, we don't have that, Mike. That's okay, Gilmore. It's okay, You're a good guy there, Gilmore. Good guy. Don't you stop patting my head. I don't know where that hand's been. What do you mean? I washed my hands. Are you sure? What do you mean? I didn't use my hand this morning. You didn't, fool around with Mae Young and Ferris Mueller this morning, today? No, I was in the gym. Oh, you're gonna be in a big match? It is WrestleMania week, Mike. Are you gonna have like a WrestleMania type moment? I wanted to fight Masato Tanaka, but I'm dead. Yeah. Well, you got a few Japanese guys in heaven you can fight. You can fight Hayabusa, or the Great Sasuke, or I don't know. Maybe fight Abdullah the Butcher in an electrified bomb cage match or something like that. That's your WrestleMania moment. Go pass it through God. I'm sure he'll do it. There you go. There is Planet Death. There's an actual hardcore WrestleMania here in the America on planet Earth. You know what I mean? It's called Planet fucking Death. You would be perfect for that. But yeah, go ask God. I'm sure as long as you and God are in unison and everything, just go ask God to have a WrestleMania death match with the Great Sasuke or Hayabusa or maybe Bruiser Brody or Abdullah the Butcher or maybe even Big Van Vader. Go ask him. Go. No. Go tell go tell God I told you to tell him to put you in a hardcore death match WrestleMania weekend. And then give me the tape, okay? Alright, Gilmore, I'll go. But you better make it happen. I can't make it happen. I can't just talk to God personally. I talk to him every day, What do you mean I don't believe in God? Mike, what do you mean I don't believe in God? I talk to him every day. What do you mean I don't support the system? If you don't get that song reference, fuck you. But anyway, alright, Mike, I gotta go. So just go do what I said, and hopefully, you come back to me over the weekend, maybe on Thursday, because, because I probably won't be doing a video. Maybe doing a video tomorrow. But get back to me tomorrow or by the end of the week, and hopefully, you let me know you have a hardcore death match with a Japanese or a hardcore legend. Okay? Just let me know. Alright. You want to say goodbye to your fans? Bye, fans! Bye, fans! Hey, where's Nick? Nick's probably jacking off. I don't know what he's doing. Well, at least he's not doing it to me. Because, he thinks I'm awesome. But, I mean, come on. I don't want, him to, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know about that. I can't speak for Nick, but, yeah. But, anyway, bye, Nick! Bye, fans! I'll see you guys later! Get out of here. That guy's a maniac. The guy is a maniac, and that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, okay, Savannah says he's having a yin-yang moment right now. He's a Gemini. Well, I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. The missus is a Leo. Anyway, Savannah says I'm used to it because I'm Aquarius. His match. Okay, Gemini and Aquarius. I didn't think they would be, perfect match. I even think Leo and Capricorn would actually be, perfect for each other, but it works. Anyway, okay, Savannah says, I am the princess of the prophecy. Bow down to your princess. I'm just kidding. No, sorry, no. No, sorry. You could be the duchess of the prophecy, because as we all know, the queen is, who. But you can be the duchess, if you will. Actually, sure, she's the queen, you can be the princess. Okay, so I'll give that to you. Okay? You just serve under the queen. Now, be nice. But, yeah. You could be, Savannah is the princess of the prophecy. And as always, who is the queen. And I'm the god. And I'm basically the god. I'm the leader of the prophecy, as given to me by Rosemary herself, who is the ambassador of the female ambassador, or the vice president of the prophecy. Big ups to her, by the way. Alright, I gotta finish this up. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay. Savannah says, pay no mind to this. I'm just testing him, trying to see where his head is at. His head's up his ass. That's where it's at. Oh, God. Damn you, Savannah. You're weird. Savannah says, I'm rocking out my poontang out, and I'm not even going to repeat that. If if anybody else is watching right now, if it's Lauren or it's just Savannah and the Prince watching, I mean, it's two people watching, so probably them. It could be Lauren, who knows, she's a night owl anyway, so. Lauren, if you saw that comment by Savannah, I think you want to throw up. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if anybody else watches this on replay and sees Savannah's, comment about her. See, we're rated R in this show. We're rated R, not NC-17 yet, but we're rated R. Not rated R like the rated R Superstar Edge, but it is what it is. But as long as I can satisfy my beautiful female listeners, then I did my job. As long as you have an extra pair of shorts. That's it. Anyway, Sven says, okay, Pete, I give up. He's really in a boring state of mind right now. I try to get him back, but he's in a boring state of mind right now. Well, the only thing I could probably tell you to get him in a good state of mind is, we'll kick him in the nuts. Damn it, Prince! Get into a good frame of mind! Ooh! Damn it, Beavis! My balls feel good. I'm gonna kick you in the ass. Fart knocker. What did you call me, butthead? Ooh! Yeah, just give him a nice smack in the back of the head. Or just, if he's gonna be a bad boy, then, you have to withdraw. You lock him out of the bedroom, if you know what I mean. But I digress. Anyway, Savannah says, hashtag Princess Jasmine and Prince Ali. That's who we are to the prophecy, just so you guys know. Okay. There you go. Prince Ali, well, I won't be singing that song. I'll be singing A Whole New World. A dazzling sight I'd never seen. From way up here is crystal clear. That guitar solo is the weakest of them all. Yeah, if you notice the guitar solo in that song, A Whole New World is, it's kind of weird. It's just like, then it goes like, then it goes up to the highest note on the like, well, not a high. It's a high note, but it's not a high note on the guitar. It's like near the end of the 24th fret or something like that. But it's not like and it's in normal tuning, normal standard, high note and everything. But if you want to crank that son bitch up, then you get a Schecter guitar with a mixer on it and a nice little whammy bar. You just hit one note and you hit the mixer, and it just like it feels like you're playing like with Dimebag. I'm like, well, I shouldn't have done that because the miss is sleeping. You get one of those high pitched squeals that Dimebag is legendary for. You don't even have to hit a note or even use your pick. You just go. You can even go. You go like this, and you get that high squealing, sustained, high-pitched squeal. Just throw the whammy bar back, and then you can bring it forward. You get that high-pitched note, and you go like that. It's hard to do with my voice, but just look up high-pitched harmonic squeals by Dimebag. You know what I'm talking about. Prince, if you want to learn how to do those, then call up my good... Well, can't call him up, he's dead. But, just look at a Dimebag video, a tutorial by Dimebag, how to do those high-pitched harmonic squeals that he does. It's gonna cost you, but for me, it didn't cost me an arm and a leg, because I can do them perfectly. Not on my guitar, but I can do it, but not on any of the guitars I have. I can do it in the music store, but I haven't been to a music store in a while. And I would love to get one of those guitars like Dime has, but it's like $3,000. I don't have that kind of money. Unless somebody donates it to me. If any one of you have a guitar with a one of those whammy bars that it just like you play it and it goes. Because my guitar that's kind of messed up and I haven't used it in a while. Freaking whammy! I don't know why I did it, but I think I'm playing around with the whammy bar and I freaking tightened it too much, and now I can't even untighten it. Even if I take off all the strings and I take off like rip apart the guitar, I can't physically get the whammy bar to untighten unless I bring it to a guy, because I got a guy, or just like somehow can unscrew it, or just like yank it the freak off and break the entire guitar, and I'm out. Like, well, that guitar costs $200, but if I ever get the need to, if I ever do get another guitar or somebody donates one to me, Schecter, or a Fender, but yeah, any one of you guys know somebody that wants to donate a guitar, you hit me up, as long as I don't have to pay an arm and a leg, and it has a nice whammy bar, it's clean, has nice pickups and stuff like that. I don't need to get picks, because I have a ton of picks. Throw in a freaking pedal. Go ahead. Donate it to me. Send it my way, and we'll have a good old jam. Me and the Prince will have a good old jam. But But yeah, I mean, I would love to get another guitar. I've been planning to get another one, but I just haven't had the time and the money. Really don't have the money to get the one I really want, which is the Chris Howarth Schecter guitar from the early days of In This Moment, when he had like 3 of them. He had a white one, then he had a red one that he used on partly on the 2nd and 3rd album. Then he went back to the white one for Blood for a little bit of the Blood tour. Now he has a Flying V Schecter, which I really want, Blood Red, but that's like an arm and a leg too. So yeah, so I mean, if I ever can save some of my money, because I got a lot of bills to pay and I got a lot of trips I want to go on and some merchandise and wrestling shows, but if I can try to put in a little bit in like jars, like, hey, here's my Schecter guitar fund. I'll get a Schecter because, the early Schecters are pretty cheap now. Not the ones that are out now, because they have different colors and different pickups and stuff. But if I can, because if I go to, like, the Guitar Center, or I go to Sam Ash, which is still around. Yeah, if I go to Guitar Center or Sam Ash, there's some Schecter guitars that are pretty cheap. Like, I think the last one I saw was, like, $199, $299. I can afford that easily. So one day maybe I'll go to same as it used to be around my area. It's not there anymore, I don't think. But yeah, I can go into the city. New York City has Sam Ash. They have a Guitar Center there, or I can go to the one by the Barclays Center. Go there and then go buy myself a new guitar that I'll probably never play, but just to have it, because it's better to have it than not need it. Than need it and not have it. That's a commercial. There you go. Anyway, my head is killing me right now. I gotta end this. How much power do I got left? Oh, I got enough power. Okay, Savannah says popcorn face watching. Then Savannah says, "Hey Mikey, hey Mikey, hey Mikey, hey Mikey." Hey, how you doing, Savannah? How you doing? Yo, I'm awesome. Not like your husband, but I'm awesome. Hey, easy. Mike, be easy to the prince. Okay? Just be easy, be nice to the prince and the princess. Okay? Just be cool. Just go back to whatever you're doing. But move on. Savannah says, not a whole new world, a whole new prophecy. Well, that would be a hard song to sing then. A whole new prophecy! Yes, that doesn't sound... that's not it. I mean, there is a song called Prophecy, though. I think there's a few songs with prophecy in the title. I know one specifically by my good friends at Soulfly, which is called Prophecy. I forgot what album that's on. I can't play it, obviously, for copyright reasons. Because it's on my, was on Roadrunner. They're not on Roadrunner anymore. But, yeah, I think it's the 3rd album called Theee, or Trace. I think there's a song called This Is the Prophecy. So, there you go. But, I mean, we could use that as our theme song. I'd rather just use, I showed Prince, Prince and Lauren and Nick, the Prophecy's theme song by Steel Panther, Fuck Everybody, and everybody can suck our dicks. But, well, except for Lauren and Savannah, of course. But yeah, F everybody can suck suck our thingies. And that's it. But yeah, that song wouldn't work if it was a Disney film. But we move on. Alright, we'll move on from there. Alright, so let's go back to NXT because we're at 2 hours and I want to go to bed. Because I gotta, so Mrs. is sleeping right now. She has to get up early in the morning to take the wrestling cat to the, what? Where is the wrestling cat? Where is he? Where is she? Oh, she's probably in the kitchen. Suzu! Wrestling cat! Where are you, booby? She's probably sleeping in the kitchen. She's getting ready to get a needle up her butt. I'm just teasing. Yeah. No, let's see what's going on with that. A whole new prophecy. Yeah. I am Nostradamus. Do you believe? Let's get that. All right, let's go back to NXT. So we talked about Dolph Ziggler, his little vignette. Talked about his career and all that shit. It's not NXT 2.0, it's DZ 2.0. So we'll get that. So I gave all that 3.25 out of 5 stars. All right, let's finish this baby off because it's time to go to bed. All right, then we see a video hyping up the skater girl, Miss 22, 23-year-old Corey Jade, basically gets the Bayley treatment of, remember when Bayley was in NXT, she was going for the NXT women's title when Sasha Banks had it, Sasha Banks, they did that whole vignette of her, wanting to become a WWE superstar and over that, stuff like that. Same thing with AJ Lee, So yeah, we see Corey Jade getting the Bayley treatment, saying that, when I was in school, I never took notes. I was just writing stuff in my WWE journal about how I want to be a WWE superstar. Blah blah blah. She talks about all the champions like Rhea Ripley, Raquel, Io, Asuka, Sasha. She brings up Charlotte, but she's like, well, I really don't like Charlotte. Well, who does? But says they all held it with dignity. She says her job got harder last week. Now that she also has to face Io and Kaylee Ray and Mandy. Excuse me. She says she'll give everything she has, and the odds are against her. But math was never really her thing. Well, if math wasn't your thing, maybe you should go talk to Scott Steiner and take a course in Steiner math. I bet you get an A in that class. But anyways, so a little one of those Bayley type vignettes where I was like, I grew up to be a superstar and I'm gonna become the NXT Women's Champion. No, you're not. I don't think Corey Jade's gonna win the title. I really don't think it's her time yet. I mean, I think she's been there for like, what, a year or so? I think she needs to, she's paid her dues here and there, but I just don't think Vince and company are gonna give a 22-year-old girl, 23-year-old girl the NXT Women's Championship. I just don't think. I don't think Corey Jade's gonna be. I don't think she is, but I don't think she's gonna become the youngest NXT Women's Champion in NXT history. I just don't think they'll do that. I think either Mandy retains and then she goes on to whatever feud that could be next, which could be Kaylee Ray herself. Again, kind of reliving the Kaylee Ray feud. I doubt it's going to be Io, who'll be her next target. I think it might be Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss is kind of teasing going back to NXT and going for the NXT Women's Championship. But then again, if, because Io might be going to the main roster, Raquel Gonzalez might be going to the main roster. So really all you got left is Corey Jade and Kaylee Ray going after the belt. I mean, you could throw in maybe Ivy Nile. You throw in I would say Elektra Lopez, but I mean Mandy will probably just wipe the floor with all of them. So I don't know. But if anybody does win that title, I'm hoping it's Io, but I don't think it will be Io for the second or third time. I just don't think it's going to be, and so if I had to make a prediction, so I will be making predictions on Thursday, but right now I would probably pick Kaylee Ray to win the belt and hold it for like a year. Maybe her and Io could go at it, like I said, but I think Io's just done everything she has to do in NXT, and I think she's going to go to the main roster, and then you know what happens there. Maybe they'll team her up with Xia Li on SmackDown. That'd be kind of weird. Chinese chick and a Japanese chick teaming up. Well, you gotta get something. You gotta give Zai at least something to do on SmackDown. She's basically doing nothing. Same thing with Aaliyah. They're kind of like stuck in catering. But anyway, all right. Let me finish this up. All right. So then, after that, we go to where are we? All right, we go to our next match. The Goddamn Phantasma, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza with the lovely Elektra Lopez at ringside. Take it on Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen with Fallon Henley. Don't call her Don Henley. At ringside. It was an okay match. Nothing really of importance here. Wilde goes up top for a 450. Fallon Henley attacks Elektra Lopez, continuing their feud. Wilde comes off right into a choke slam. Jensen comes in. Briggs wipes out Joaquin Wilde. 1, 2, 3 to get the win. Match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, after that we get an interesting little promo with Indy Hartwell and Persia Parada talking about Will Smith. We talked about that on Sunday. Will Smith smacking Chris Rock in the mouth. And basically looking like a dick doing it. And I think the Oscars, the Academy Awards, are going to take his Oscar that he won for whatever movie he was in. They're going to say, "Yeah, give that back." I hope they do, because Will Smith, you look like an idiot. And if anybody's defending Will Smith for what he did, then you need your head examined. I don't care if it was a bad joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's alopecia, her hair loss disease. It's a freaking joke. Some people can't take a joke. But what Will Smith did was just uncalled for. He should have took it outside, took it to the parking lot, or done it after the show or at the after party. Then you do something like that. Then you don't get in trouble. But you do it on live TV, try to get ratings, and you look like a dick doing it. Then you win the award, you're crying like a little bitch. It's like, "I'm sorry for what I did. We all gotta love each other." Here's to you, Will Smith. Here's to you. Go move your mom, your auntie and your uncle back in Bel Air. You son of a bitch. That's it. Alright, so Indian and Persia talk about Will Smith for some odd reason. Indian asks if the marks on Duke are gone after Gunther chopped it last week. Probably not. But Persia's been rubbing cream into his chest. I wonder what kind of cream. Don't answer that. Anyway, then he starts squabbling about Dusha. That's Duke and Persia. I don't know why they named him Dusha and Index. Blah, blah, blah. And then Persia's like, "Hey, why don't we have a mixed tag team match at Stand and Deliver?" Why not? Let it open the show and nobody will give two shits. I just hope Index wins, but it looks like they're going to break up Index, thank the Lord. I personally don't care about this feud. I really don't. Because it's just creepy Dexter Lumis, tonsil hockeying with Indy Hartwell and Persia Parada, and Duke Hudson basically having, playing tonsil hockey and having almost having simulated sex in the ring last week. I mean, something's got to give. Why not have a match and the winner just has simulated sex after the match? There you go. There's your ratings boost. But I digress. All right, so I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. We didn't give 2 shits. All right, after that we get a vignette hyping the Stand and Deliver card. I already said all that. I guess that's. There's usually 5 matches, so Indy and Index and Dusha, or Dusha, or whatever you want to call it, douchebag. I don't know. Yeah, so that match is number 5, and I'll probably open the show. Well, it might be in between somewhere. I would put it number 2 and number 3, because I would not put that right before the main event. I would not do that. I don't care what match is before that. Maybe the tag title match. But I would probably put the North American title match first, because that's going to be a banger. Then I would put the that match, the Index Persia the Dusha match second. Third match, I would put the women's title match third, Fourth match, I would put the tag title match, and then the main event will be Dolph Ziggler. So there you go. That's how I would book it. But I'm not a booker. I'm just a schmuck from New York. So we get that. All right, after that, we go to Mackenzie Mitchell in the back with our good buddy Cameron Grimes to the moon. Cameron says he's usually pretty confident, when he's going for a big match, but right now he's nervous. He says it's the biggest match of his career, and he puts over A-Kid and Roddy, who's in the match. But he says they don't need it need the match. They don't need to win like he does. It's about more than holding that at North American Championship. It's about delivering on a promise that he made his father. So still going on with that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets the win, and maybe he wins the North American title. I don't think he will, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. But we'll see. The title, I'm saying, but we'll see. All right, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we get the lovely, vivacious ladies of the prophecy. Toxic Attraction. JC Jane, the women's tag team champions. JC Jane, Gigi Dolan, and the beautiful NXT women's champion. And one hot piece of ish, Mandy Rose, looking tantalizing. God damn it, I'd love to have a fatal 4 with those women. Good lord. But I digress. Anyway, they wait their way to the ring. Mandy says this Saturday at Stand and Deliver she was supposed to face Cora Jade in a one-on-one match, but since Io and Katie Ray won the Dusty Cup, and then they took Mandy's words out of context to make it a fatal 4-way. Mandy says, I would fight any woman, but not at the same damn time. But she says, I'm not scared. I've never been scared. And then she's like, you people need to know who the hell I am. I'm the baddest bitch in the game with the greatest backup this company has ever seen. Well, I've got 2 beautiful pieces of ash. But anyway. Then she says Toxic Attraction has been dominating the women's division for 6 months, and is going to continue to do that. Then she says she'll rid NXT of Io once and for all, and she'll send Katie Ray back under the bridge that she came from. Then she's going to cement her legacy of becoming the greatest NXT women's champion of all time. So we get that. But before that, we got to take care of some business. So they start talking about Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai, saying, we did you a favor by taking out Corey Jane and Raquel in the first round, basically handing you the tournament until you lost to Io and Kaylee Ray. So Mandy says Wendy apologized for not getting the job done. As then we see Gigi and JC pull out the remnants of Wendy's pillow and hat that they did what we saw in the back. Gigi says they beat everyone, and Dakota can't find sleepyhead Wendy to challenge them for the belts. So JC's like, well, we got nobody to fight. Who's left? And she's like, oh, it's just as quick. She's like, it's a trick question. There's basically nobody left. We beat them all. We embarrassed everyone that stepped in front of us. Then she says, on Saturday, we'll walk in as women's tag team champions and watch Mandy beat 3 other bimbos at the same time. Io's not a bimbo, I'm sorry. Io's a nice lady. And that's it. And then Mandy says, we'll walk in with all the gold and we'll walk out the same way. We're not just Toxic Attraction, we're the attraction. And then Dakota Kai comes out. Why not? She runs in, attacks Mandy, but then the numbers game catches up to us, a 3-on-1, and we all think that Wendy Chu would come out from wherever she is and save her partner, but Raquel Gonzalez comes out, her old partner, and sorry about that. We all remember what happened with them. They feuded, and Dakota finally got the win over her. So Raquel Gonzalez comes out for the save, takes out Mandy and JC. Gigi then rescues Mandy momentarily before both of them can beat up Mandy. But then Mandy gets clotheslined down, and they all bail. And then Raquel and Dakota Kai look at each other. They don't know what's going to happen. And the crowd's like, yes, 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 hug it out, hug it out, hug it out. So we got a good old-fashioned Team Hell No reunion. And they hug it out. And there you go. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are now back together as a tag team, and I would not be surprised if after Stand and Deliver, they go for the tag team belts, which they won at the first Dusty Rhodes American Dream Cup. They won the belts and they lost it to Ember Moon and Shotzi like the first night. And right as soon as they won the thing, the next night they get the titles introduced and then they lose them in like an hour, which I thought was stupid. They should have just held it for like a month or two and then lost to the Shotzi and Ember. But it is what. So it looks like they're gonna be doing that. And I think Raquel and Corey, Raquel and Dakota Kai will win back the NXT Women's Tag Team belts and hopefully hold them for a very long time. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, so I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars, and it is what it is. They grab the belts, and that's it. That ends the segment, and that's it. All right, we're gonna quickly skim through this because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. All right. After that, Mackenzie Mitchell's in the back with Carmelo Hayes and his good buddy Trick Williams. She asks him about the qualifying matches so far. Melo says we need to put some respect on his skills in putting the matches together. Pretty good matches, I would say. He says he'll be on commentary when Grayson Waller comes out and points out how far they come. He says, imagine what he'll do when the title is on the line and they kind of go back and forth. They snark at each other a bit. Blah, 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 blah. And then Grayson Waller comes in and says, I'm bigger than you or something like that. It's like his is bigger than Melo's and leaves. I don't know what he's talking about his dick, but I hope not, because I don't want to know about that. We don't need to have a measuring contest on NXT, you know. It used to be bigger than Clownsview, but it is what it is. All right, so we'll see what happens with all that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, there we go. Finally go back to the ring for our next match. We got Von Wagner against Bodie Haywood of Chase University. We had Robbie E at ringside, and Andre Chase, Harlem Bravado at ringside. Wasn't much of anything. Von Wagner gets the win after he hits Snake Eyes. He picks Wagner. Actually, Bodie picks Wagner up for Snake Eyes. Wagner slips off, hits the inverted angle slam. Look like the AA, the FU or the AA, the attitude adjustment, into a version of the angle slam. 1, 2, 3. He gets the win. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Like, really didn't give 2 shits about it. And then after the match, Chaka-time! Igman Jiro and Kushida, who are at ringside, I guess, watching on. Or I don't know if they were doing commentary. Wagner attacks them. He gets Igman Jiro in the ring, basically takes him off, pulls off his jacket and rips it in half. Whoop-de-damn freaking do. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, after that, we go to my cousin, Tony D'Angelo. My cousin gives you a pizza for $2. So, Tony's cuts of promos. He's having some coffee, probably in a restaurant, maybe eating some chicken palm, I don't know. So he's having some coffee. He says Tommaso Ciampa made a big mistake attacking him from behind last week. Talks about working your way up from the streets and the family and how you learn how to do what's important for the family. He says he needs to move Ciampa from the table and will move to the head of the table. No, you're not going to become Roman Reigns there, dude. And controlling the family and the streets. So he wants to be the top don of NXT, and he's got to beat basically the godfather, if you will, of NXT, and that's Tommaso Ciampa, and I think he will. And we'll see what happens with that. So I gave Tony D's promo 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll move on. Alright, then we go to our next match, Joe Gacy and Draco Anthony. I thought this match was last week, but I guess we're going to do that. It was an okay match. Harlan was at ringside, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it was an okay match. Joe Gacy gets the win. After Anthony goes for a suplex. I can't even talk, I'm sorry. Anthony goes for a suplex. Gacy floats over, grabs Draco, rolls him up. He rolls him up, then hits the handspring elbow off the ropes. 1, 2, 3, gets the win in almost 4 minutes. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Basically, repetitive garbage fest for a match. And Harlan was at ringside and basically did nothing, just stared. Didn't have to do anything. Didn't need to be there. And congratulations to Harlan. By the way, he got married over the weekend. So good job. Good job there, Parker Bodo. Good job. You got it. We got it. No, here's what. All right. After that, we get a vignette of Braun Breaker talking about how the whole world is descending on Dallas. He's facing Ziggy for the belt. He says, "You're damn right. It's the biggest match of his life." He says his first one was about proving he can be the guy. Then we get a recap of Ziggy winning the belt a couple weeks ago. Braun says Dolph is a poison who acts like he's bigger than the brand. He's like, Dolph, you come in, you do your little segment, and you leave every week. He says, I take everything and give nothing back. Oh, actually, Ziggy takes everything and gives nothing back. Well, NXT is my life. I train my ass off every single day and WrestleMania weekend. I promise Dolph won't leave with the belt because there's too much on the line. He doesn't care what Ziggy thinks of him because the culture of this place means too much to him. Are we talking cancel culture now in wrestling? That's just great. But still, a pretty decent promo from Braun Breaker, who's going to be inducting his dad Rick Steiner and his uncle Scott Steiner on Friday night at the Hall of Fame. That should be pretty good. I can only imagine what Scott Steiner's speech is going to be. It would be funny if he goes like full ring announcer Scott Steiner, like, hailing from Dunkin' Donuts. Our next contest, you pieces of white trash. Legendary stuff, man. Maybe he'll do some Steiner math. I take my 33% combined with my 66.6% chance, and you got a 0.1% chance of beating me. Because I'm Big Papa Pump. And that's it. Big Papa Dump is your hookup. Holla if you hear the bathroom. Because he takes a mean dump. Because he's Big Papa Dump. Alright, move on. Alright, after that we go to women's action. Nikita Lyons taking on Sloane Jacobs. Nice name. Not Sloane Peterson. This is Sergeant Peterson at the Chicago PD. Call me sir, damn it. No, not Sloane Peterson. Sloane Jacobs. Basic squash match. Nikita Lyons wins with the Lee Securement suplex, the Samoan drop, bunch of kicks, then the split-legged leg drop. 1, 2, 3. She has to win in under 2 minutes. Thank you for coming, Sloane Jacobs. That's it. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. After the match, Lash Legends appears on the Tron, starts talking some shit. She says, we have unfinished business when Stand and Deliver is over, and I'm going to prove why I'm more athletic, more talented, and a bigger superstar than you are. So there you go. That's probably going to be happening next Tuesday on the program. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give all that 2 out of 5 stars, and still Nikita Lyons has a nice-ish. God damn, she has a nice ass. But damn. But we move on. Alright, then we go to another promo. Malcolm Bivers is with Diamond Mine. It says that everyone's afraid to fight them alone. And says that Roddy's going to win tonight, climb the ladder at Stand and Deliver, and win the North American title for a second time. Then the Creed Brothers will win the tag team belts. And then they're going to have all the gold, except for Ivy. Then after that, Diamond Mine will have more gold than Mr. T. God damn. I pity the fool who has more gold than me. I pity the fool. Anyway, they start to leave, and then Brutus gets a text from the 718 area code saying they'll be walking Stand and Deliver. And they assume it's those dudes that jumped them. Now, I don't know a tag team that's from the 718. I mean, and there's a few tag teams from the 718. That's here in New York, if you know what I mean. It's not me and then anybody else. Not me and Nick. We're not a tag team yet. I would think it's a new tag team because it's not MSK because MSK is not from the 718, obviously. It's not Imperium. It can't be Imperium, obviously. It's not Brooks and Jensen because they're from the South. So I think it's a new tag team that's going to be debuting either at Stand and Deliver on Saturday, or we'll see them on Tuesday. I can't even think of any tag teams that are actually coming to NXT that are from the 718 area. I was thinking Private Party, but I don't think Private Party would jump from AEW over to NXT. That's not gonna happen. I was thinking maybe somebody from House of Glory, or not even Warriors of Wrestling, because they're based in Staten Island. That's 718 too. So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see on Saturday or on Tuesday who these people are from the 718, from good old Brooklyn or Manhattan. Well, Manhattan's really 212. But yeah, they're probably from Brooklyn, or Brooklyn or Queens, or Staten Island. Who knows? Maybe it is a team from Staten Island. Maybe it is the Midnight Classics. Who knows? I mean, if you know, I wish Prince would know, tell me these things, but I don't know. But yeah, it's a 718 area code. That's interesting. But we'll see what happens with that on Saturday. Excuse me. All right, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, there we go. It's time for the main event. NXT North American qualifying match. Cameron Grimes, A-Kid, and Roddy. This was a pretty damn good match. Lots of high-flying spots, but I'm going to get near the end because I want to go to bed because my head is pounding. The training shots back and forth. Roddy batters Cameron, but he gets chopped by A-Kid. Roddy then hits a backbreaker on A-Kid. Then he hits a high knee on Cameron. Then hits another backbreaker on A-Kid. I think that was the end of Heartache. Then we see A-Kid try to roll Roddy up, but he eats a big-time knee. Then the double knee to Roddy's back. And then Roddy hits the end of Heartache, but then he gets up and Cameron's waiting for him. Hits the cave in. 1, 2, 3. Cameron Grimes gets the win, and he goes on to the 5-way ladder match for the North American title. Like I said, he was going to get in, but I don't think he's going to win the belt. That's it. That's pretty much it for that. And that's it. All right, so Cameron wins his big match. Hopefully he can win the big one on Saturday, but I don't think he will. I think if anybody does win it, I would think Carmelo Hayes is going to retain. But if not, I would probably give it to Cameron Grimes, maybe Grayson Waller. I really don't want Grayson Waller to win the NXT North American title, but so I'm pulling for Cameron, but I'm thinking Carmelo's going to retain somehow. But we'll see. All right, so almost an 11-minute match. Pretty damn good match. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And that's it for NXT. So NXT was an okay show. Nothing great. So I gave it a solid 6 out of 10 stars. Let me know you motherfuckers thought of the show in a comment down below in the comment section. Or you can do a video reply if you wish. And that's all I got to say about that. But that's pretty much it. Alright, let's see if we have any more comments left. Alright, we got a crappy troll in the chat where you can get out. Sorry that I didn't see that. But yeah, you're out of here. And no, that guy does not own me because he's a piece of shit. He's a fat piece of shit too. He fears me anyway. So we'll move on from there. Okay, Savannah says, Lauren may be a night owl, but me and Prince, my night bats. Okay. Prince actually makes his own guitars. Oh, cool. Make me one. You should have been asking for one. Well, I'm asking right now. And that's it. Then we had a troll in the chat. I probably know who that is. I probably think it's a certain guy rhymes with Crave, or it could be a guy that rhymes with Spam, or it could be that that schmuck just screwed himself. But fuck all three of them. They're cowards anyway, so that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, Savannah then says, final comment of the night. Savannah says, tell Mikey to take it easy. Doesn't want to get his lashes from the princess and the prince. Do you want your lashes now, Mikey, or no? I think not. Well, he's too busy now, but I'll tell him later. But yeah, I'll tell him not to mess with you guys. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, that's pretty much. Yeah, let's see. Oop, I don't want to do that. That's pretty much it. Alright, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'm not going to do my thank yous tonight because I'm like dying right now, but I will say thank you to Savannah for coming in. Thank you to Prince for coming in, and Lauren for coming in as well. And anybody else who watched, thank you for watching my video. And if you liked it, smash that like button to death. And if not, well, thanks for watching anyway. Free likes. Thank you very much for the free likes. Well, not free like the free views. If you dislike the view, it equals a like. So thank you for the free view, assholes. Especially those jerk offs. But it is what it is. But I digress. So anyway, that's all I gotta say. Thank you all for watching. Once again, NXT gets 6 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, I'm going to bed. Thank you all for watching. Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cookoot. Or your out, too. Or anything out. Just, don't splash on me. Let's do a check. But yeah, rock on and rock hard. And if you're not down with that, you trolls and you motherfucking haters that don't believe, all I gotta say to you haters and skeptics and pieces of shit, if you're not down with that, me, Nick, Lauren, Prince Idol, Savannah, and everybody else in the prophecy, if you're not down with that, you should know this by now. Because I've been saying it for, I guess, about a few years now. Not down with that. The prophecy, the greatest thing since sliced bread. We got 3 words for you. We got 3 words. 3 words. Fuck you, man. If you're not down with that, suck my dick and deal with it. And that's all I gotta say about that. Fuck you, man. Get off my channel. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to sleep. You should too. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. And until next time, fuck you. And until next time, peace. Ha.